How to choose the role you want to target. So, this is super important that we cover before we actually get into the resume creation because you need to know why you're creating the resume. So, to start with sales roles as a whole, I reverse engineer the process and am going to be using RepView because one, it's like Glassdoor, but for software companies, just better. So the first thing I check is salaries because the end goal is to make money. So I want to know how much money am I going to make before I select the role. Then I go into what are the responsibilities of the role. So with sales development representative, which is, in my opinion, the lowest barrier to entry, one of the simpler roles to break into in tech because myself and many people that I've helped, a degree is not necessary, certifications aren't necessary, a knowledgeable background on tech and software actually isn't necessary either. And you don't even have to be the best salesperson. You don't need crazy sales experience. We're going to actually talk about Glen Coco, which is a platform that you can use to gain sales experience in your free time and actually get paid for setting qualified meetings. But that's something simple that we'll go into in the next lessons, which you can add to your resume as relevant experience. But again, I decided on this role not only because I knew a little bit of sales before I broke into tech, but it's the confidence in selling yourself and selling your transferable skills that we will equip you with because you're going to come prepared. You're going to have research on these companies. You're going to have questions to ask, and you're going to also know how to answer the recruiter questions. So that's why I would recommend if you're completely new to the tech space, you don't have any education, any experience before, I would start with the sales development representative role because you're going to have the median base salary around 55,000 a year, close to pretty much 1,000 a week. Is hitting your account every time you get a paycheck. Then you're going to have the median on target earnings, which is what you would get paid as long as you hit your goals that the company gives you, commissions plus your base included. And the top performer earning potential is over six figures. So your first year, you could hit over six figures after taxes easily. It's insane. And no one, school doesn't talk about this role, whether it's high school, whether it's college. I never heard of software sales prior to scrolling on TikTok 3, 4 years ago. And then current percent that attain quota. This just shows how many actual of these sales reps are hitting this on target earnings. So a little bit more than half. As long as you are above average, you should be hitting this number. Now, you can continue to scroll and you can actually see some of the top companies, what their OTE is, what the top performers make, if they're hiring, what other people ranked the company as well. And you can even click in, see reviews, you can see Q&A, questions, answers, all of that. So that's just a sales development representative role. But after you're a sales development representative, you then will be promoted to an account executive. Account executives, you see the base salary close to doubles, on target earnings is a lot higher, and top performers are earning almost 500,000. This is just for regular account executives. Maybe a little bit less, so 40% are actually hitting this number. But again, if you're at a good company with a good product and it fits the market very well that you're selling, you definitely could be hitting this number. Now, there are different levels to the sales and to the account executive role, such as enterprise, where enterprise means you're selling solutions to the top companies and their larger solutions. So this could be Google selling something to Amazon, as an example. Base salary over six figures, median on target earnings. This is the median. The average is $250,000 a year. Top performers are earning over 500K and still pretty close, 37%. But the really, really cool thing is in enterprise sales, a top performer at a top tech company can make over $1 million a year. And that's just with a 9 to 5 job. A 9 to 5 job, you don't have to start the business. You don't have to do anything crazy. You just show up and do what you're supposed to do, sell what you need to sell, and go home. And you're bringing in $1 million. And you don't have to have any of the stress of running a business with 1 million employees and you're paying people and you're the last one to get paid and you have to market it and you have to sell and you have to have customer service and all the other things that go into running a successful business. Now, if sales isn't your forte, you have customer success. As a customer success manager, you still can get a base salary of close to 6 figures, maybe not as much commissions because customer success, you're the person who, after they're sold, you're just working with the clients who are already happy, they're already paying. Maybe you're working with clients who are unhappy, but your job is to make sure that they see success with your company and are the happiest as they can be. And you're seeing a higher percent of customer success managers hit their quota. And when you ask, like, well, if you're not selling anything, how is there a quota or on target or top performance? Because you have to imagine, say you're a client or you're a customer success at one of these top tech companies, and then you have a client come in, whether it's at Amazon or any of these companies, everything's going really good. You can then ask them and say, hey, we see you guys are doing really good with this solution. We actually have another solution here, and you can cross sell solutions already to existing clients, and then you earn commissions just off of that. So you're dealing with warm leads, people who already trust your company, and they're happy customers. It just makes it an easier sell. And then you've got account managers. Account managers are similar to customer success, but you're actually going to be the one who's like the first point of contact after the deal is closed by the account executive. Sales development representative, you're setting up the meeting. Account executive, you're closing the meeting, getting them signed, getting everything paid. Then it goes to account manager, you make sure everything runs smooth, and worst case scenario, it goes to a customer success manager. That's the process and the flow from a completely new cold buyer who hasn't spent any money with your company to someone who you can cross sell and earn commissions as a paying customer already. So I, from here, would do your own research, look into these different roles. First, you find one with a salary that you would be comfortable with making. Then from there, you can do specific details, literally of a quick Google search or ChatGPT and saying, hey, what are the job duties of an account executive? What are the job duties of an account manager? What are the job duties of a customer success manager? And from there, you can make an informed decision on what role that you want to target in the next module, where either you'll be creating the resume, or if you're part of that VIP package, the $1,497 in full, on our resume creation call, we will be creating that resume majority for you, with you, walking you through it line by line, showing you what numbers, what metrics, what keywords, professional summary, cover letter that you need to have so you can be in the top 10% of candidates, regardless of your background experience, so that you can get interviews. So please go do that research, come prepared for the next module, which is resume revamp or resume creation, so you know what role you are going to target.